Hi everyone, welcome back to my corner. Today we are doing a sketchbook tour for the month of May. So I did the art challenge called MERMAY, which is drawing a mermaid for every day of the month. As you may know, I never use like a pre-established prompt list. I always make my own, and this month was no exception. So I gave myself some types of mermaids to draw or situations, stuff like that. By the way, I made up most of these. They are not like well-known type of mermaids. Um, I invented most of them. So there may be some weird stuff. So basically, I did all the drawings with lead pencil. Then I did the contour with fine liners and drew everything with the Ohuhu alcohol markers. Drawing mermaids was actually challenging because of the whole thing with proportions. It wasn't that easy to figure out. Also, it's kind of hard to be creative, I guess. Like, I felt that once I have drawn two, three, four, I felt like I had drawn all of them. So I had to find a way to keep the month interesting and find other ways to draw stuff, to draw mermaid. So it was a challenge, a true art challenge. So let's look at everything together. On May 1st, I drew a seaweed mermaid. So I don't think a seaweed mermaid is actually a thing. I made that up. um, so anyway, this is the result of what I feel would be a seaweed mermaid. So she has a face with feathers. Her hair are seaweeds. So I wanted her to have a feeling of nature and very organic. So I gave her like pond hen and I stayed in the yellow and green palette. Overall, I really liked this drawing. When I finished, I wasn't sure I liked it. I felt like it was a little bit like a drawing that I would have made when I was younger. But with the colors and everything, I really do love her. So let's go see the next one. On May 2nd, I drew a captured mermaid. So I wanted to put her in a fishing net, stuck in a fishing net. Whether it was like intentional from the fisherman or not, I like the idea of her struggling in it. It was hard. It was hard to draw, especially when it was time to draw the net because it was a little bit hard to figure out where to put like all the lines to make sense. It was not super clear to me, and it became very messy in the beginning. I was worried when I drew all the lines. Then with color, it became more clear and easier to read. My blue marker died on this one. I was so sad. So I had to use a darker blue, but I really like the result with the darker blue also. Overall, I really like the stars. I like the colors, the pink, the blue, the green. I love I love the tail. I love the color of the tail. I think it's super pretty what it did here. I think she came out great. On May 3rd, I did a warrior merman. For this one, I took inspiration in the leopard shark. So that's why I chose those colors and that design in the tail. The hair or the I don't know how you call that. It's an artistic choice. There's no real reason for it. I really like the design of the tail, especially. I like the pose. The right arm, I mean, it's very, very ugly, let's be honest. But the left arm is really nice. The hand is really great, I think. Overall, I think it's pretty good. So, yeah, tell me what you think. Let's go to May 4. So on May 4, I did a cat mermaid. So I look at catfish's pictures and I decided to do a cat mermaid based on those fish. I gave her the same thingy that they have on their face, like those like mustache thing and beard thing. So that's why she has this on her face. I stayed in the same color as the fish. The fingers on the hand are atrocious. They are very, very not well made, but yeah, I mean, I have difficulties with hands, so the rest is pretty good. I like the hair. I like the tail. I like everything else. I like the proportions. So I mean, if as of right now, if I look at the other drawings, I feel like I had the right proportions. Maybe not this one, I'm not sure, but the others felt pretty good. So I'm happy with it. And I think my confusion started around this day on May 5th. I drew the shark mermaid. This one I had so much difficulties figuring out the position, the proportions. I wanted to do like a half above and half underwater, and it was very, very hard to figure out. I wanted to see the fin above water and to think that it's a shark, but underneath you see that it's a beautiful mermaid. But it was so hard to draw. I erased a million times, and I finished with this drawing. Like, I erased until I had a decent result, and that's the result. I do not hate her. I really love the tail. I don't like the hands. I don't like the face. She has a weird neck and shin. I think she came out okay. It was my first time trying to do such a drawing, and I really feel like water scenes are difficult to do. There's so much like variance of colors and texture and proportions and dynamic and perspective. It's a really hard thing to draw, I think. But overall, I really like her. On May 6th, I drew a saltwater mermaid. So I drew a shipwreck behind her, like to put her in a scene. And I was imagining her as being like a traveler, a scavenger, searching for treasures and, human stuff. I imagine her like part of a tribe, having tattoos or symbols to identify her as a member of that group, like her allegiance to that tribe. Overall, I really like her. The ship in the back had me worried. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to convey a very old ship that's been underwater for many, many, many years, decomposing and being covered with corals and stuff like that. The result is nice. I'm not mad at it. I am happy with this one. I really like the variance of colors in the tail, and I like the hair. I used the Copic marker for this one for the hair, like the brush, and I really love what it did on the hair. It did very, very small details, so I really like it. Oh, and I also did little fishies here. On May 7, I went in another route completely. I wanted to explore the idea of another type of mermaid. I did a couple of those, by the way. So this one was the scholar mermaid, or if you prefer, the scholar eel. I wanted to try to do a wise old man with wrinkles, long hair, a big mustache, like we see in movies, the philosopher and very wise old characters that you see. I really like the result. I like the robe. I like the tail. The beard is really fun, and I'm happy with the skin color. I used some crayons on top of the markers just to give it some texture. So I don't know if you can see. but it gave the skin some grain. So I think it's very interesting. I think it came out great. On May 8th, I did a flying mermaid. So I took inspiration in the flying fish. I really like this one. I tried my blue marker in the sky just to see if it was still dry, and it was, and it shows. I shouldn't have, but I wanted to make sure that it was really like dying on me, and it is. I decided not to give her definition in the face, like she has no eyes, no mouth, anything, because I didn't think that she needed it. I think the drawing was more about the concept and the body. That's why I decided not to give her a face. I really like the result. The wings and the fins are normally transparent, so I decided to draw them with like a gray just to have this idea that it's transparent, but it didn't have to be like exactly the same as the flying fish. So that's the decision I made. I decided also to use the Copic white that I got in my Palettefull box. I use it on the waves. I tried to use it on the fins and I didn't like the results, so I just decided to scrap that idea. So I just did it on the waves. I think the result is nice. I'm happy with it. So let's go see the next one. On May 9, I did a angler mermaid. I really love this one. Normally, angler fish are really like creepy and ugly. They have like this big jaw with very, very pointy teeth. So how could I draw a mermaid with this concept without making her feel like too anglerfish? I kind of wanted to go away from the creepy. I wanted to make this creepy fish almost like cute. So I decided to give her cartoon eyes, and I feel like it works so well. I gave her a smaller jaw, like I said. I did give her pointy teeth because she has to eat little fish. I really love the hair. I really love the colors and everything. I think it's super pretty. She's attracting a little fish here. So I really love like everything about her. I love the tail. I love everything, all the choices I've made. I'm super happy about her. I love all the little dots all over her. I think it's one of my favorite for the whole month. So tell me what you think. On May 10, I did a rock mermaid. So on this one, I actually channeled the Little Mermaid, Ariel. I don't know why. So when I had to draw the rock mermaid, I thought immediately to Little Mermaid because she's very musical. She sings. I thought about her voice and everything. So I went with this idea. So that's why I gave this mermaid red hair and a green tail. She's playing the guitar. The guitar is made out of a seashell. On the guitar, the things that keeps the strings, it's also little seashells. Of course, I completely forgot to draw the strings. Like, it's I don't know why. So there's no strings on the guitar. Sorry. I really love her. I love the hair. I love the hands. Look at the hands. I mean, I'm kind of proud of this one. On the end part, I mean, come on. I'm super proud. I did good on this one. Tell me what you think. I mean, come on, look at that. Isn't that good? I was super happy. Sometimes I can draw ends and sometimes I'm just... It's like I don't know. I don't know why, but yeah. So anyway, on this one, I'm super happy. Tell me what you think. Do you like her? What do you think of the hands? On May 11, I did actually, she didn't really have a name. When I wrote my prompt, I wrote like above water mermaid. So that's the above water mermaid. But I just wanted to draw like a mermaid that was just like looking above the water. So that's what I did, but she doesn't really have like a name or concept mermaid type. So she's called the above water mermaid. So I wanted her to feel a little bit more mysterious, like she's talking maybe to like a fisherman or someone next to the water, like don't say anything. The result is really pretty. I really like the color of the hair. Also, I did good on this one, I think. I chose not to color the water, the ocean, just because I was scared that my marker would run out of ink. So I decided to just like put some colors on the waves, I guess. So that's it. But in the end, I really like how it turned out. I love the hair, and she has her hand like something like this, like she's like that, but she has her hand like that. So anyway, the reflection was another tricky part. Again, water scenes with reflections and perspective and everything. It was a little bit challenging to draw, but I think the result is pretty nice. It's not perfect in no mean. I'm sure like the proportions are not right. I'm kind of happy with the result anyway, so it works for me. On May 12th, I did a flower horn cichlid. I have no idea how to say that word. This one is, I think it's my favorite. I think it's so pretty. The flower horn thing, it's the fish that have like this big head and it's like a bubble on their head. I wanted to see if I could do a mermaid based on that fish. So I had this idea of maybe like doing like hair to have this idea of the bubble, but that's how I started drawing this, but then it became like more part of the mermaid itself. So I just like decided to draw it and look back, really loved it. So I decided to continue, and it was kind of easy, I guess, to just draw this one. It was so pretty and everything. So I really like this drawing. I love the old texture, and I mean, she's really pretty. I love her face. I love the texture. I love the fin on her back. I love the tail. I love the colors. I think she's badass. She's really cool. I really think she's one of my favorite just because of the concept. Tell me which one you prefer in the comments. I'm curious, but I think my favorite is this one. So on May 13, I did a killer mermaid or a killer whale mermaid. I don't know how to call her. So she's based on a killer whale or orca. I think she came out really nice. The idea is simple. It's black and white. So I just like took a picture of an orca and put the same design that they have on them, and I put it on her. She's not perfect, but I really like her. I think it's really cute. I had to put some gray around the arm just to make it stand out, because with markers, black on black, it would have been weird not to have the hand. So I think when you see this, you can clearly see like the influence of the killer whale. So I think it's a good result. So on May 14, I did a stingray mermaid. So she's part of the other types of mermaid that I did. I decided to draw her from the back, I guess. I don't know how you say that. Just because when you see stingrays in water, you're always above them and they are swimming, facing down. So I wanted to have the same feeling, and I wanted to be able to draw like all those little dots and the beautiful tail. So on this one, I also used the Copic white to do all the dots. So that was super effective. I'm super happy. I knew that I wanted to use the Copic white as soon as I had this idea of doing the stingray, because I knew that I could do it. So I was super happy, and the result is really nice. I'm super happy with the result. So I really love the choices I made on this one. I love the purple hair, the purple skin. I think it works. And I really like this. she looks fancy. On May 15, I drew a sea snail mermaid. So the proportions on this one are a little off. She's very long, but I had some difficulties figuring out how to draw her in the shell and everything. So that's why she looks very long. But I mean, she's a snail. Snails are very like elongated. So with the idea, with the concept, I feel like it works. Convincing myself. So I decided to do the shell in grayish, blues, greens, and purple. And the mermaid slash snail is all blue, so different types of blues, just so it goes with the shell. So I put her laying on the ground, looking at a little fish here. I'm not sure that this is the best drawing. Like, I don't think it's my best work. It's not my worst. I probably could have integrated more like the shell with the snail feeling and everything. Maybe I shouldn't have done like a mermaid tail. Maybe I should just have done like a snail, but I don't know. It didn't feel mermaid like enough for me. So that's why I chose that. I like it. Like I said, it's not my favorite. It's not perfect. It's not like the best design and everything, but it's good anyway. I think it was a good try. On May 16, I drew the deep sea mermaid. You know, when you look at documentaries on like the deep seas and everything, you always see those weird creatures that have like no colors or no skins, that are transparent and very very creepy. So that's where I took inspiration for this one. So I didn't take any like photos, pictures for reference. I took everything from inside my mind. I don't know what it says about me, but that's the result. On this one, I decided to use only 3 colors to do the whole thing because, like I said, most of those creatures in the deep sea, they don't really have a lot of colors. So that's the idea. So I used a darker blue, a medium blue, and a light blue. So I gave her like weird fingers, but it works on this one. She has a really big mouth, like it's as wide as her head. She has this thing on her head. It's like a big fin or something. And she has a weird tail, of course. And she has like ribs showing, or I don't know what this is. Maybe it's her skin. I have no idea. Like, I didn't go that far in my mind to like the concept of this mermaid, but I really love the result. You know, I like creepy things, right? So on May 17, I drew a seahorse mermaid. So she's another one of that series of other type of mermaids, other categories of mermaids. This one is proportion galore. Uh, the head is too big, the arms are weird. I think the tail is too short, actually. I don't think it's the head. It's a mess on proportions. So if I do not look at the proportions problem, I really love her. I love the pink paired with the yellow. I think it pops. It's super nice. It's super cute. I really love the hair, like the thick strands of hair with different type of pinks. I really like it. The face reminds me of those Egyptians drawings. I don't know how you call that. Facing like that. That's what it reminds me. I think it's the eye that gives me that feeling, but I really like it. So I like the concept. I like the tail, but I wish I would have made the right proportions. Like, anyway. On May 18, I did a bow mermaid. So it's the thing that they put like in front of the boats. They often make mermaids, or they used to make mermaids. I don't know. So this is the boat, the front of the boat, and she's made out of wood. I chose to draw like an older type of boat just to get that feeling of like wood and everything. I really like how it came out. This was my friend's idea to draw this, and I'm super happy that she gave me this idea because that was actually very fun to draw. It was simple enough. It was another like I don't know how to say that, but instead of being very like alive and organic and with a lot of texture and everything, this one is wood. So it's paint on the wood and it's very straight lines because it's a sculpture. So it was really nice to draw something else completely. Thank you for giving me this idea. On May 19, I did a clown mermaid. This one, I really, really love the hair. I also really love the face. The whole drawing is nice, but I don't know, I feel like I nailed the face and the hair. I wanted to give her curly hair because I thought about clowns. So the concept here is, of course, clownfish. So that's why she has this orange yellowish color. I really love the orange mixed with the yellow, with the white straps and the black. It gives a contrast that I really love. It was super fun to draw, just the concept itself, and then with the colors, it just popped, and I'm super happy with the result. She is one of my favorite, so tell me what you think. The proportions on this one. So on May 20, I did a steampunk mermaid. I really love steampunk. If I was confident enough in myself, I think I would wear steampunk clothes all the time. I love that style, that mix of old world with new world with mechanics and everything. I think it's super pretty. But I do love like having hints of steampunk like in necklace or earrings or maybe just a skirt or something like that. So like if you ever wanted to give me a gift, steampunk themed stuff, I will be very happy with it. But anyway, let's go back to the mermaid, right? So the concept here, the construction is nice in this drawing. The problem is that the tail is too small. I started with the tail because I wanted to construct it with metal plates and, things and gears and everything. So when I arrived to do the body, I just messed up all the proportions and the upper body became way too big and the hair, and I mean, it's like I wasn't going to start over again. So I decided to leave it like that. And, I still like her. So she has like metallic plates, she has silver plates, more like copper plates, she has gears, she has those tapes that you roll with movies or music or whatever. She has like that how do you call that, magnifier, is that the word? Anyway, and of course she has the hat, and she has a jewelry like the steampunk style. They have those beautiful jewelry, and I gave her a necklace with like a seashell thing. Her hair are wires. Everything is nice until you look at the hands. Don't look at them like you didn't see them. Everything is so pretty. Yeah, no, but let's be real. The hands again. Um, I think I kind of let it go at that point because I realized that the body was too big. And when I drew the hands, I just went like, whatever. On May 21st, I did do you know what that is? That's me. So I did a portrait mermaid. She almost looked like me. So I took a photo of me and tried to do a portrait with that photo. It's not that bad, but it's a little bit off. You can almost see that it's me, but I think it's the hair that give it away more than the face. Like I don't think she looks like me at all. Like I actually asked my father, like I showed him the drawing without the colors, and I asked him like, "Do you know who that is?" And he said, "You." And I'm like, "Oh, does it look like me?" And he's like, "Not at all." Why did you say that it was me then? Anyways, it was very very funny, but that was my take on that idea. So I wanted to give my mermaid self the half and half hairdo that I loved. Mine is going very very pale. I'm actually trying to get rid of the color to maybe do another combination. We'll see that maybe in another video. So I gave her two different eye colors. So on the blue green side, I gave her a blue green eye, and I gave her a eyebrow the same color, and same thing on the other side. And she has this beautiful starfish on her head. I have freckles, so I decided to give my mermaid some freckles that kind of, and this is kind of how do you call that, the fish, what's the word, anyway. So like you can see, like I have those thing here, so I put them here, like I put my beauty marks everywhere on her, and I gave her those things that I don't remember the word. So I really like the gradient in the hair, the different colors, like the purple and pink and the green and blues. I really love the hair. I do not love this drawing, but I really like it. So tell me in the comments if it looks like me. On May 22, I did a red tail shark mermaid. What did I call it? Red tail shark mermaid. Yeah. So I didn't know this fish before. I was searching fish pictures on the internet to have more inspiration, and I saw this beautiful black fish with a very bright red tail, and I said, "Oh, that's perfect. I'm gonna draw this." So that's what I did. I think she's pretty nice. She reminds me of the drawings that I used to do when I was in high school. I used to, not maybe not like mermaids, but I used to draw those type of faces and position, and I I used to draw a lot. So that reminds me of those drawings. I really like her. I think she's different. She has palm hands. She has like dreads hair. Yeah, I really love the blue and the fins and everything. It looks like she's wearing a beautiful dress, but it's her tail. I think she's really, really pretty. On May 23, I did a Mahi Mahi mermaid. So I take inspiration from the Mahi Mahi fish. That's that big fish that is like blue green. It's beautiful and super big and super interesting. So I decided to go in another direction for this one. So she doesn't have hair. She has that fin that the Mahi Mahi has, like all the way from the top of his head to the tail. So I tried to do something that was as if it was her hair, I guess. And I gave her the same design that the Mahi Mahi fish has. So they have like this more green tail, and the body is more very like green, yellow green, and they have blue. And I gave her some like a palm hand. Overall, I really like the design. I like the colors, and I'm happy with this one. And I'm happy with the position. I think it's super fun. She's like doing flips or something, so I really like her. On May 24, I did Mama Wata. This one, it's one of my friend that I was searching for IDs for prompts, and she said, "Why don't you draw the Mama Water?" And I didn't know about this creature, this goddess. and I searched online, and right away I was like, yes, I'm drawing this. She's beautiful. It's such a beautiful creature. So it's like a water spirit or goddess in like South Central and I think in West Africa. I don't want to like mess up, but I think it's where she's like originating, and she has long hair. She's often seen with like a mirror with a snake. So I decided to draw her with long hair, and she has a mirror, and the snake is like integrated in the mirror because I didn't really know where to put the snake. That's what I decided to do. I made her sitting on a rock, like looking at the distance. I think she's really pretty. I'm happy I did the tail with this beautiful like yellow. When I saw pictures of those spirits, there was always like gold and those types of colors. So I wanted to give that hint also, and I decided to give her blue hair just to have this idea of the ocean and everything. So really happy with the result. I think she's really, really pretty. I hope you like it. She's very simple. That was the idea. I wanted her to feel very humble. Okay, so this one. When you have an idea and when you execute it, it looks like that. I mean, come on. I hate this drawing. It's, oh my God. The shell itself is really cute. The pearl is okay. The mermaid, like, come on. She's. I should not talk down on this drawing, but I really hate it. I mean, look at her face. Like, I don't know what happened. I tripped. There was something on the floor. I tripped, and so anyway, this is the Pearl Mermaid. I did it on May 25th. Yeah, there's no reason why she's pink and she has purple skin. I have no idea. I didn't like the drawing, so I just like yeah. So just let's go to the next one. Let's not look at this too long, right? So on May 26th, I did the mermaid in polluted water. So I really love this one. I think the old feeling of this one is really nice. I really like the light and the shadows. I try to stay away from doing shadows and stuff like that because I don't feel like I'm at that level still. And on this one, I tried. The shadows are not perfect. The lights are not, probably not at the right place, but I think it works. I really like it. I love the design. I love the position that she's in, like she's suffering, she's sick maybe she's just overwhelmed. I really love the fin. She looks badass. I love the color. She looks desperate, sad. You can choose whatever feeling you get from this drawing. I love the whole thing. I'm really happy with the result of this one. Tell me what you think. So on May 27, I did a jellyfish mermaid. So this one is also from the category of other types of mermaid. This one is ugly too. I don't think she's as ugly as the other one. Like the other one was a mess. This one, I feel like I had this idea, but I wasn't really able to put it on paper. It's really hard to draw a jellyfish. So I'm not mad about the result. Like I think it's okay, but it's not perfect. So tell me what you think. Do you like this one? It's not my favorite. On May 28th, I did a cartoon mermaid. I think I also did a cartoon witch in October. And that's pretty much where the idea came. Like, let's do a mermaid version. I think she's so precious. She's so cute. She's so sweet. I would actually see her in like a cartoon in a movie or something like that. I think she would fit perfectly. She would be a cute toy, a plush or something, or like a mermaid that you can put in the water. She's super bright. I love the hair. The pink is really, really beautiful. It's super bright. And she has beautiful green eyes. She has those little cheeks, pink cheeks here. I really liked doing this one. It was fun, it was easy, and it's super effective. It's super cute. The result is really nice. So I'm super happy with this one. So on May 29, I did a Dumbo mermaid. So I don't know if you know what this little octopus or fish is. It's super cute. It's adorable. It's called the Dumbo fish. It has like teddy hairs, but it's like fins that goes like that. And it's very large. There's no definition between the head and the body or the tentacles or whatever. So it's very like it's super cute. So I always loved that little octopus fish thingy. I don't think I've ever seen a mermaid with this fish in mind. So I wanted to give it a try. So this is my idea. So of course I gave my mermaid those little fins on the head. She has like those tentacles that I was talking about that are very large and heavy. Like it looks like a skirt. So it does look like a skirt. And then I decided to give her a tail anyway because I don't know, it felt weird without the tail. Like it really felt like a skirt, so it felt like it was missing something. So I decided to give her a tail just to really make her a mermaid. And I gave her this little pose, like this really cute pose. Of course, I gave her this yellowish color with pink because the Dumbo fish is those colors. Overall, I really love the result. I think it's super cute. If you don't know the Dumbo fish, Google it. You'll fall in love with that little fella. I don't know how big it is though. So on May 30, I did the fish mermaid. So this was my attempt at the reverse mermaid. So like the body of a fish and the lower half as human. But my fish mermaid ended up with a tail. I think I messed up on this one, but I think mostly it's because I didn't know how to put legs. Like the way I did the drawing, the upper body, how could I put legs? So that would have been very weird to have like two legs sticking out like that. So I thought maybe like a tail was more flexible. So that's why I decided to give it a tail, but that messed up my old design. But that's okay. It's weird. It's not pretty. I did a fish like facing you, so you have this weird looking guy. It's weird, but I really like it actually. I was drawing it and I was laughing the whole time, like thinking it was so funny, so weird, so funny looking. So I actually like it. I just hate the tail. I should not have done the tail. Overall, I like it. I like the colors. I like the color combination. I just, like I said, I just don't like the tail sticking up like that. It feels at the wrong place. But anyway, it is what it is, right? And on May 31st, last but not least, the King of Mermaids. So I wanted to do like an older type of men, but I didn't want to do like white or grayish hair, like very old with wrinkles. A little bit like we see in movies, like in Little Mermaids and stuff like that. We always see the fathers and the kings like white beard, white hair, older. So I wanted him to be older, but not grayish old. So I made him with brown hair, but with white hair in the beard and in the hair, just to hint that he was getting older. So maybe he's like, what, 30, 40, 50? in those ranges, depending on the genetics. So he has a long beard, long hair, he's ripped, he has wrinkles. So as you can see, he has wrinkles. He has a crown made out of seashell. And he, like I said, he has gray in his beard, gray in his hair, and he has like elf like ears. So again, like I said, I made him a little bit like stronger, like ripped, because I thought of him like a warrior king, like ready for battle. But I didn't give him a weapon because I didn't want him to feel too much like a warrior. He's a king. So I gave him a different type of tails, more like almost feathery, because he's flamboyant. I gave a lot of texture in the tail. And please don't look at the hands again. Don't look at the hands. The hands are ugly. But overall, I really like him. So this was my mermaid art challenge. I really enjoyed doing all those drawings. It was very challenging at times, like figuring out an original way of drawing a new mermaid in a new position, in a new way, in a new style. Like I had to make 31 mermaids. So it wasn't always easy. Sometimes I had like a blockage. I had no idea. Just finding the prompts was hard. I had to go really deep in my imagination. I had to ask friends, like, do you have an idea? I don't know what to do anymore. Just that was hard. And then finding an idea to draw. I mean, sometimes I was just sitting at my desk looking at my paper, and how do you reinvent a concept 31 times? Anyway, I'm really happy with my month. It was very interesting. It was a team that was I was very motivated to draw because it's a very interesting team for me. Like I could explore a little bit more with this team because it's creatures underwater. We don't have like a clear idea of what a mermaid should be. A little bit like the fairies. I could explore more in the creepy and weird fairies instead of just the beautiful, sexy, and cute. And that's the same thing with the mermaid. I felt like I could really explore different type of hands, different type of ears and stuff like that. So I had a lot of fun doing this, and I want to find another type of creatures in the same idea of fairies and mermaids to draw another month. Right now I have no idea, but I will find something. I know I will find. If you have ideas of what I could draw, tell me in the comments, because right now I'm drawing a blank. In June, I have decided to not draw. Today we are June 16th. I just found the time to film today. I mean, right now we are in the summer and there's a lot of stuff to do outside. I have a garden. I didn't have any idea of what to draw in. Like I said last time, I may not do like art challenges on a regular basis anymore, just because it's very long to do, and I really want to do the challenge right. I want to draw every day of the month, so it gets a little bit hard to find time sometimes. So this is it, guys. Tell me in the comments which drawing was your favorite. Also, if you have an idea of what I could draw next time, please tell me in the comments. Of course, don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed yourself. If you want, you can follow me. You can subscribe to my channel. I also have a Facebook page and an Instagram page, so you can subscribe to both. And on this, I will wish you a happy evening, a lovely day, have a great summer, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye! And the mermaid / snail proportions. So and the and the mermaid on May 21st, on May 20, Also, you can subscribe to my channel. I hope. Also, if you want, you can tell me if there's something that you would want to see me